And now we are recording, so everybody say hi to Jarrett.
Hi,
Jarrett!
Hi, Jarrett.
This is lecture number 2, session part 1, before we go to lunch. Okay, and last time when we ended, we were looking at the lovely
Hey, there's a thingy.
birth of Venus. Oh yeah, that always pops up. Sorry.
Why don't you just touch your present? You touch your smart?
Just sometimes it doesn't like me.
I can understand.
You understand that? You know, people are like that. So are boards.
I like to think.
Okay. So the wonderful. Do you remember the artist? What was the artist's name?
Botticelli.
Botticelli. That's right. Sandro Botticelli. Very good. All right. So we're going to look at another Botticelli piece, and it is called Primavera. Sometimes you'll find it called La Primavera. Let's do a little more light.
First page. Botticelli.
Which one is it?
First picture. Or not picture. First.
It's in UPZ too.
Primavera is Italian for what? Anybody know?
Prime rib.
Spring. Who said that? Very
I
good.
said that.
Spring. Law. What would law be?
The
Springtime, yes. Okay, so sometimes we do see it as La Primavera, the springtime, or just Primavera. It doesn't matter which way that you write it or see it. I want you to know it's the same thing. Botticelli is our artist. It's found in the, remember how to say this? Museum?
Uffizi.
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 Uffizi. The Z sound like T's. Feels good. Uffizi. Uffizi. And again, look who it was done for.
Medici's.
Medici's. Oh my God, the Medici's. Wouldn't you love to have been in their home? Goodness gracious.
I didn't appreciate just taking them.
Just one of their houses. Yeah, done for the Medici's. And the painting is showing us Venus and her company celebrating springtime, and we're going to look at it here in just a minute. I wanted to give you a second to write down the information.
I bet it's on page 4.
You're probably right, but I haven't looked yet.
Are we doing notes on paper here?
Oh,
yes.
here.
I get bonus points.
Did you have it right?
Oh yes.
And there it is.
Yes, it's on page 4.
La Primavera.
None of them are naked.
Well, they're partially nude, so you can see through these. The graces here, the 3 graces, you can see through their clothing.
And whoever the Zephyr is holding.
Yeah, the Zephyr. He's always after this one. You remember in the birth of Venus, he had her. Remember?
Yeah.
She was with him.
Who is she again?
We're going to read about it. I'm going to tell you about this little, I'm going to describe it for you. Okay? This is also an extremely large piece, just like the birth of Venus. Remember how I told you I came into that room and I was just, you know, in the same room on a different wall was this one too. So I was just like a puddle of mud in the floor, you know. I was just taken totally aback by these 2 pieces, which I love, Botticelli. But these are my favorite Botticellis, and there they both were, just enormous and beautiful. Okay, what's happening in the scene? Venus, goddess of beauty and love, stands back from the allegory of figures around her. See, she's in the middle there. Zephyrus, on the far right, the blue guy, chases Flora. That's who that is. She's the goddess of flowers, who then changes. She's changing into the hour of spring. So what you're seeing is a metamorphosis. You have this person here who changes into this person here. Okay.
Jared doesn't know what you're talking
I
about.
know, you can't see that, but he's on the far
Naked
right.
girl into flower
The
girl.
naked wind girl to the
Into flower girl.
white
Yes.
grapes on her clothes girl.
Mercury is on the far left, next to the 3 graces, the girls there. The red wrap that Mercury is wearing, and he has in common with Venus, may recall the myth which makes them parents to Cupid, who is seen overhead. If some of you knew that myth or understood about that myth. So that's what's happening here. You have this wonderful allegory of figures celebrating springtime. It is beautiful and luscious, and I love it. Absolutely love it. There was a commercial on American television, probably 2 years ago now. Some of you may remember seeing it. I believe it was the streets of New York City. I wish I could remember what the product was. I have no idea. But coming down the street was this huge truck, and on the back of the truck there was a copy of this, a ginormous copy, like the size of that wall over there. Okay, it was just wide open, you know. And the guy standing on the sidewalk, he turned and he looked, you know, and here it is, La Primavera coming down the road. and the camera zooms in on the face of Venus, and I was like, oh my god. It's
probably for
fantastic.
Venus razors.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know what it was for. I mean, who even cares? I just remember that it was, a bunch of Primavera is all I cared about. Now, for years, I had a mouse pad that was this painting, which I actually got in Florence at the academy where David is. Not even the painting, but David is there in the academy. And I had it for years and years and years and years. But because of the awkward setup of my computer over here, left and right, the way things are, eventually the cracking and stuff happened. I kept it for years even after it was cracking, but it got so bad I finally had to get rid of it just last year. So some of you maybe have had me a long time might remember the Primavera mouse pad that I had forever when I was actually in Florence and bought it, but I love this painting very much. Not enough to put in my bathroom. I put the other one in my bathroom, but I do love Botticelli.
Which one's in your bathroom?
Birth of Venus. Gorgeous. Okay. And now we move on.
Does your whole house have a history theme?
Ooh, sort of.
Yeah.
Okay, Jan Benet. Yes, very good. Very nice pronunciation from somebody in the back. Now, this is what Jan look like. This is not a painting. I mean, that's in your packet, okay? But that's Jan. Love this painting of him. I think it is so stark that, he's wearing the dark clothing with the dark background and the red. Fantastic turban. It's great, isn't it? This is a self-portrait. But I think it's fantastic. So this is the next artist that we're going to look at.
It's not really turban.
He's a northern artist. We're only going to look at one piece of his, but it is absolutely intense. So it's going to take your breath away, okay?
Looks like you put a towel on his head.
This is called the Art of Getting Married. And a lot of stuff going on here, okay? Lots of stuff.
The little dog. Shoes.
She's pregnant, right?
No.
I think I've asked you this. The way she looks, she looks like pregnant.
Lots of people do ask that, but she is not pregnant.
The dog is so cute. Is it a kind of a rat? She must just really enjoy the food. Yeah.
No,
maybe
it's
it's
not
just the way
that
she's
at all.
on the dress.
She's just lifting up the front part of her dress here.
Oh, I see
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
now.
See?
Well, because she looks like she's leaning back,
Yeah.
holding her stomach. I see it now. I can see the little dress above her.
Right.
John.
I'll get to the info on it. Hold on.
Oh, it's on the same page as the.
Here we go. Jan Benet. It is in the National Gallery in London. I did get a chance to see this one. I had to go back up the stairs. This is the one I had to run back up the stairs for.
Do you want us to put all of this information on our?
Yeah, this one you have to have all this one. When you don't, I usually make it a different color.
Wait, what do we have to do?
You have to write all this down.
Ah,
Are we keeping notes? Are you wanting us to keep notes or just these?
Those are your notes.
Okay. What?
so we're writing it. So we're writing
That's
it
okay.
on here
You
then.
can do it however you want.
So we're writing it on the card, the flashcard then.
Yeah.
I've got to write so
If
small.
it's not enough room, you can do separate notes. The painting itself actually is a marriage certificate.
Oh, that is awesome.
Witnesses are in the background in the mirror.
Oh, we're gonna have to go back.
We will get to see them.
Did he really write that?
Yeah, he really did. You know how you see in the bathroom all the time, Joey was here.
Yep. That's
Well,
why
Joey
I was.
didn't start that. Jan Benet started that in 1434. And he did it to prove that he was a witness to the marriage between the Arlefinis. Not as some awesome form of graffiti. It wasn't meant to be that. He was witnessing the legal bringing together of these two people.
That's so funny.
And it is in the most fantastic Gothic script that you will have ever seen. I'll show it to you very closely.
Real Sarah. Jared's wondering what the hell is
That was Sarah for you, Jerry. Okay, so let's go and look at some of this stuff a little more closely. Here's the mirror. We'll look at it up close. This is in the very, very background of the painting, okay? And I'm going to go back and show you how far back this is. Now, this painting is about the size of the Mona Lisa over there. It's not very big at all. Maybe a little smaller, actually. It actually is just a little bit smaller than the Mona is right now. Okay, so I want you to keep that in mind of the amount of detail in a smaller than Mona painting, okay? Now, this is in the back of the painting, very, very tiny, and this is a blow-up of this, okay? Look at all the detail that is in this mirror. There are all the stations of the cross around the mirror here. The mirror itself is very, very detailed. Here we have some crystal prayer beads with some green tassel here. Crystal would have represented purity, but also wealth, okay? And that was given to his bride as a gift. Now you see here Arnolfini and the bride, and in the background you can see the artist, right? And it looks like possibly, is that another person?
Yeah, it looks like it.
It's probably the person who held the ceremony, right? Clergyman
I
or...
like how you can even see the detail in the
Right.
chandelier above.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the mirror. And let's go back really quickly and just let me show you again.
Oh my gosh.
I just blew up that tiny little place right there for you.
I can see it. I can see it. He was there. Barely.
Okay?
I can see it.
He is not very attractive. She's kind of pretty. She looks delicate and feminine, but he is not very attractive at all.
He looks like his nose.
Maybe it's the hat.
He looks like he's half.
Maybe it's the hat. Big, huge.
I know, it's like
Woolly
10 times
mammoth
bigger
hat.
than his head.
Now, the details in this are extremely intense. I mean, down to the rug that's in the background here, the grating on the floor. We'll come back after lunch. Come back after lunch. We're going to record this and we will send this one to you.
You can just barely see